everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Camp Confidence Radio.
Hello, mga madam. Thank you so much for tuning back in. We have a very special episode, and we say this almost every episode we have a guest. Pero I'm just so excited because this person that we are bringing into the table today, we have years, not just years, like a decade, more than a decade's worth of knowledge and experience. And talagang siya ang standard of, I think, personal opinion, the standard of educational content creation. So, an inspiration to many and also to me. First time ko siyang napanood sa YouTube, of course, YouTube, pero mas naging friends, claiming it, naging friends kami sa TikTok. Ikaw naman, Madam Rizza, how did you know of our guest today?
Oh, ang guest natin today, I really look up to her. Kasi kung saan-saan ko siya napapanood, I swear. And sobrang curious ako, paano niya ba na ma-manage lahat? I first saw her on YouTube then, and then I followed her more on TikTok. Ako yung liker, commenter, and sobrang nagma-marvel talaga ako kung paano niya gawin. Kasi right now for us, isa lang yung platform natin, pero oh my gosh, nababaliw na ako. Pero eto, si Madam Coach Lyqa, oh my gosh, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of TikTok. Dalawa ang podcast niya, mga madam. So, paano ba? Paano ito? So, I really admire this woman. Sobra.
Ayan. Also, can I just say, sabi nila before, yung pagka magaling ka daw sa English, hindi ka magaling sa math, which I personally subscribe to because I just hindi ako masyado gifted in that numerical area. Pero our guest for today proves all of us wrong. Kasi carry niya ata lahat. So, without further ado, let's introduce our guest. We have Coach Lyqa Maravilla. Hello, Coach!
Hey, and hello everyone. Sobrang excited ako for this. At saka, can I just say, na ang dami na nag-request nito.
Wow! Talaga po ba?
Maraming nangungulit. Sabi they want to see all three of us daw in one frame. So, finally, I'm here. I'm excited.
We're here together. Nagre-request din pala kay Coach Lyqa. Akala ko sa atin.
Okay.
Ayan, Coach. Para masimulan natin to, we wanna ask you, just like we do every guest for Camp Confidence, we wanna ask you to introduce yourself to a group of strangers, to people who have never heard of you. I highly doubt that, but if hindi man, how would you do that?
Okay. So, I'm Lyqa, spelled with a Q. That's very important. Very important detail yan. And I've spent the past decade creating educational content for other tryhards like me so they can learn for free. So, yun yung pinaka life mission ko in a nutshell. Yeah, and I'm excited today to be with you. And syempre, kay Ayn tsaka kay Rizza. Finally.
Finally.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it when you said na tryhards. Kasi ako, for me talaga, parang, ako talaga ever since, lagi talaga akong nagta-tryhard in every single goal that I have. Tapos parang, mas love ko yung journey na nahihirapan ako. Tapos parang papunta na doon. Ganun. Parang nandun yung thrill ko, nandun yung challenge. So, ayun. Ang saya lang. But, Coach Lyqa, can you tell us more about the beginning of your journey towards the 2022 Coach Lyqa? Paano ba siya nangyari?
How long do we have? I know hindi masyadong mahaba. But sige, let's keep it short. So 2013, our parents had us take the civil service exam. So sige, sabi ng bunso namin, sige, para lang hindi na tayo awayin ni mama every year na nagkakaroon ng exam, mag-exam na tayo. So we took the test. Tapos I got the top spot. At that time, when I found out, na-confirm na, okay, top 1 ka. Tapos lahat ng people, kasi we live sa isang government housing, no? Kasi both my parents work for the government. So, sabihin na lang natin na sa amin at sa neighborhood namin, sa mga kababata namin, big deal yung civil service exam. Kasi nga lahat sila, ganun, career government employees sila. So, nung nagko-congratulate sila, that night, I felt so guilty. And the reason why was there were people na around my mom's age at that time, so halos pa-retire na rin, na hindi pa rin regular sa government. And the reason is, hindi sila makapasa sa exam. Like, they are really good. As in, yung mga bosses nila, they would say na binubuhat nila yung buong department. Ganon. And the reason nga kaya hindi sila makapasa kasi wala silang time to review, wala silang resources to review, kasi hanggang ngayon, job order pa rin sila or contractual pa rin sila. So, that night, I was praying, pouring my heart out. Tapos sabi ko, Lord, ang unfair. Parang ganun. Bakit yun? Alam ko, medyo parang wala akong gratitude, no? Parang, binigyan na nga sa yung tapo, no? Pero I felt a burden na parang, hindi ko po ito kailangan eh. Na I would much rather have someone. Kasi may mga kasabay ako nag-take eh, naka-opisina ng nanay ko. Sana sila na lang yung pumasa kaysa sa akin. Kasi alam ko hindi ko gagamitin. Like, wala sa heart ko to work sa government service. Kasi seeing nga yung sacrifices made by my parents. So that was the start, I guess. That was yung, doon ko na feel na parang may something wrong. Parang ganun. Or I felt a little bit lost. And then, I started inviting them sa bahay. So, they would come over pag weekend. Tapos, I would teach them some math, parang techniques, ganyan, para hopefully makapasa sila sa susunod na exam. So, Team Lyqa actually started with a small group. Live yun. Pero they didn't call themselves Team Lyqa at that time. And then, I had a friend who asked for help for NMAT naman. Kasi nahihirapan siya sa math din. Kasi science geek siya. Sabi niya, ayoko ng math. So I sent over yung solution sa isang problem that she sent me kasi naalala niya daw nung high school may shortcut ako. Sabi niya sa akin, hindi ko maintindihan yung sulat mo. Can you make a video? So I did kasi I had a YouTube channel. I used it dati to teach drums naman to kids. So sige, doon ko lang in-upload yun yung original channel ko. Tapos, after a few days, ba't dumadami yung views? Di ba isa lang yung friend ko? Parang ganon. And this was back in 2014. And then, a few days later, someone from Batanes, I think it was Ate Arlene, or Aileen, I forget her name, sorry, I'm bad with names. Nag-message siya sa akin sa Facebook, medyo nakakatakot. Sabi niya, ikaw ba yung Angelique sa Facebook na may, sa YouTube na may video? Sabi ko, opo, kasi nandito ako sa Batanes, sabi niya, walang mga review center dito. Nakita ko, baka meron ka pang ibang tips, parang ganon. So that was the beginning. Tapos sabi ko na, kasi I was nursing a heartbreak at that time. It was around the time na I called off my engagement.
Oh
Tapos,
my God. Sorry, trigger word sa akin yun.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, anyway, let's go back to math.
Ano naman, pag heartbroken ka, naghanap ka ng diversion. Hindi, pero I called off my engagement. Tapos, I was also feeling a little bit lost kasi nasa nasa parang crossroads ako ng life. Kaka-quit ko lang sa work ko, pero I got into UP Law. So, iniisip ko, mag-law school ba ako, which was my childhood dream, or do I choose to create content na lang? And at that time, wala pang YouTube monetization in the Philippines. So, talagang wala ka naman makukuha. Parang gano'n, hindi pa uso yung term na YouTuber. Tapos I was thinking ko anong gagawin ko. Pero I just kept creating content, no? Tapos yung first batch na yon, they were actually the ones who called themselves Team Lyqa. I hated the name, no? Kasi sabi ko, hindi man ako artista. Alam niyo, uso yung Team Kramer, ganyan. Tapos, bakit Team Lyqa? Ba't pangalan ko? So I kept pushing back. Saka hindi free civil service review. Pero ngayon, in hindsight, I'm grateful. Kasi at least unique kasi yung name ko. So, madaling mahanap. Kung sinabi ko lang na civil service review, marami ng bootleg na gano'n ngayon. So, okay, fine. So they were the ones who named the team. Tapos parang na-stuck na ako kasi they built a Facebook page, parang gano'n, tapos nilagay nila akong admin, tapos basta pinupush lang nila ako, even the review books, they were the ones na, gawa ka namang book, coach, kasi gusto namin yung questions that you make, parang ganyan. So that was the beginning. And I used to append yung income ko by accepting lahat ng klase ng gigs. So, nag-host ako mula binyag hanggang patay, gano'n. Mga piyesta, yan. Nag-judge ako sa dance contest, yan. May mga ganong klaseng racket ako noon. And of course, I used to teach din sa mga review centers kasi na-discover nila yung videos that I create on YouTube. Tapos, eventually, nung okay na, ako na yung nagta-travel by myself or usually kasama ko yung sister ko. We would hold review events around the country. This was before the pandemic. And then the pandemic hit. So, wala nang review events. Tapos, parang perfect storm siya. I know the pandemic took a lot from us. Ako personally, I lost so many people I loved. But it was the perfect storm for educational content creation. Because I kept trying to get my friends to create content. Tapos wala kaming time for that. Until the pandemic happened, wala nang choice, di ba? So yun, kaya pumutok sa TikTok, so they asked me to start creating content back in, I think, hindi pa siya, Musical.ly pa yata siya noon. Sabi ko, parang hindi mag-work. Kasi, syempre, people are just singing and dancing doon. Tapos, nung 2020, parang, sige, try natin. Sabi ko kasi, kailangan matulungan yung kids to transition sa online learning. Like, I need to the goal for me sa TikTok is to convince kids na if you can learn in 1 minute with me, give your teachers a shot. Parang ganun. Kaya nyo yan matuto online. At least try. Alam ko may maraming challenges, but at least try. So, yun. Tapos yun, pumutok nga siya. So, nag-reflect din sa YouTube. So, we hit 1 million in 2020 yata. Yun. So, tapos nag-start na from that. Tapos, and then, TV network started asking for permission to use my educational content for TV. Yun. So, ito na yung aking full-time job. And right now, corporation na rin kami. So, CEO na rin, girl. Yes.
Oh, hey!
Nag-start ng 2020. So, yun. Now, I get to manage a team din, kahit pa paano. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Naubos na ba yung time?
Hindi, pero wait lang. Can I just say, guys, if you are watching on YouTube, gold ang kanyang button, ang play button ni
let's
Madam.
appreciate that.
Yung silver ko, gagawin kong gold. Goals ka. Ayan, minamanifest ko.
Yung transparent ko, transparent button ko, mangyayari din yan. Magiging
Encourage
silver
ko kayo,
din siya.
It took a long time. As in, I think I was 4 years in, 4 or 5 years? 4 years in, nung nag-silver. And honestly, again, kung hindi nag-pandemic, hindi yan mag-gold. I feel. Kasi ang forecast was, back in 2020, we needed, I think, 5 to 10 more years for it to hit 1 million. So, kaya niyan. Just keep creating quality content, evergreen content. You'll get there. Time lang yan. Time lang kailangan.
Love it.
Kasi,
True.
1 million, but I have, I think, almost 1,000 videos on YouTube right now. So, you'll get there.
Isa-study ko, madam. Isa-study ko ang iyong YouTube channel so I can also grow. But that's also really inspiring, you know. Ang dami kong takeaways just from that story alone, especially like starting from when you topped the exam. Tapos there's the burden na parang there are people who need this and who don't have resources for it. So that's just interesting kasi I've been seeing it a lot, you know, on TikTok, like people with privilege na sabi nila, I feel guilty with my privilege, blah, blah, blah. But then what I always say is, you know what to do with that guilt? You use that guilt sa privilege mo to extend it, make sure na others benefit from your privilege. And I think that's exactly what you've done na what you do know, what you have in your head, you were able to create them into bite-sized and understandable, digestible content. And even me, you know, like I check your math, your math-related TikToks, and I'm like, maybe I can do this. Maybe I should stop telling myself I'm only an English teacher, you know? So ayun, wala lang. Nakakatuwa hearing that story from you today. Kasi we all know you as who you are now, but then it's also always important to go back kung paano nagsimula.
Ako ang saya na parang it's a refreshing feeling for me na parang yung slow growth talaga is honored na parang yun nga, she started 2014 and then she fueled her passion into teaching, ganyan, na parang make it very relatable and alam mo yun, digestible content na parang wow, baka kaya nga talaga natin to. So hindi baka, kaya natin to. So,
yeah,
thank you.
especially honestly, Coach Lyqa, nagsastruggle ako right now with Ayn pero Tagalog, which is my English teaching account. Kasi it just takes so much time and energy kasi you wanna fact check, diba? You wanna be always, dapat tama yung tinuturo mo eh. So to me, hirap na hirap ako. Pero okay, like learning your story and oo nga naman, yung evergreen content, first of all. Second of all, it's more than just you. It's people who are having a hard time transitioning. It's people who are having a hard time, you know, giving their teachers a chance. Kasi nga, di ba, lagi nila sinasabi na, ay, dito na lang ako kay Coach Lyqa makikinig or dito na lang ako kay Teacher Ayn makikinig. Pero it's like, guys, if you can listen to us, you should also be able to listen to your teacher. So,
Yes.
it's refreshing and parang ako, ay, sige na nga, ipaplano ko na nga yung content ko
laban na
sa
tayo.
Ayin pero Tagalog.
Hindi, pero no
laban.
pressure. Again, 3 months na ako walang bagong video sa YouTube. And sa TikTok, medyo bihira na rin. Nagpahinga talaga ako.
Yeah.
Pwede naman yun. And I understand. And I appreciate. And again, congratulations nga pala. Ay, hindi ko pa yata nasasabi ng face-to-face. Well, hindi naman to face-to-face, pero it counts. Na dun sa, ano ba, English learning empire you built on TikTok. Kasi honestly, when I saw you and your content, sabi ko, okay, pwede na ako mag-focus sa math a little bit. Alam mo yun? Kasi, okay. Like, a lot of, I would say kids na let's call them kids, no? Pero a lot of the kids would sometimes create, alam mo yun, TikTok drama or YouTube drama. Kahit noon, na parang pag may creator na bago na, uy, naku, hindi, mas magaling pa rin si ganyan. Or there will be even people writing comments on my videos na parang, hindi, mas maganda yung sinabi ni Teacher Ayn, mas maganda yung example niya, ganyan. So parang, guys, huwag kayong, relax lang kayo. The beauty about educational content is, you don't understand how we are friends in real life. Like,
Totoo.
nangyari na ako sa being friend. Pero, friends! Di ba? Di ba? We're friends in real life kasi we're united towards a common goal. Like, this is not
yan.
us selling stuff na naglalaban sa isa't isa. Hindi. Actually, the more na you're learning online, kahit from a different teacher, mas may incentivize kayo to listen to other educational content creators. So, hindi kami nagtatalo-talo.
Totoo
Excited
yan.
ako for the content you create. Ay, ano
Thank
talaga.
you.
Kailangan, very necessary yan. At saka,
Totoo.
I get to tell people, ay, kasi kung hindi ka naniniwala sa akin, ayan, at least yung degree niya, swak. Ako kasi psych major and I struggled with some people telling me na, I shouldn't teach English or bakit ka nagtataglish pag nag-explain. So, doon kayo kay Ayn.
Oh my gosh! Bakit ganon? Tsaka friends, 2022 na, let's stop pitting each other. Alam mo yun? Parang, tama na, hindi naman talagang magkakaaway. Minsan nga, sa business world din, ganyan eh. Parang, eto, si ganito, ganyan. Tapos parang,
CEO,
kung alam,
CEO.
Oo, kung alam nyo lang, magkaka-DM kami lahat on Instagram and on TikTok. Stop!
Nakakaloka. Tsaka there is always space for more creators. Kasi yung style ko might not work for some people. I'm very casual. You know, if you want a more technical ganyan-ganyan, like, that's probably not me, you know? So, there is more space for more teachers, more educators to be online and teach. Yung teacher ko nga sa TLE shout out Miss Pakle, hello. Nag-start siya ng YouTube channel niya. So proud of her. But anyway, for our next question, Coach Lyqa, I want to know what was the best decision you've made during that journey that made it work for you? Na parang siguro pivotal point for you na you can say na, oh my God, buti na lang ginawa ko yun.
I think ang best decision ko is letting people call me crazy. Alam mo yun? And not letting it stop me. Kasi everyone extraordinary had to be called crazy at one point. I really believe that. Kasi ganun yun eh. Parang they try to stop you. Tapos in the end, they try to be like you. Kasi natatawa ako kasi some of the people who were discouraging me at the beginning. Ngayon, may mga channel na rin sila. Diba? Gusto rin nila magpa-shoutout. Parang ganun. pero at the beginning, ayaw nila. Parang ganun. And I'm happy that I believe dun sa necessity nung ginagawa ko. Yun talaga yun eh. Kasi kaya nga lagi ko sinasabi sa content creators, you have to know your purpose. Masyadong overrated kasi yung passion eh. Kasi passion, medyo feeling siya, medyo no. Pero I say passion is pain. Like, yun yung definition ko ng passion, hindi yung excitement, it's actually pain. Kasi kung alam mo yung purpose mo, kahit masakit, gagawin mo pa rin. So, kasi crazy decision siya. Kahit sa mo angulong tingnan, well, a lot of people dream of getting into UP College of Law. May mga batchmates ako, they had to take the exam, I think, 3 times before they got in. So, I knew na parang, okay, malaking opportunity ito. Syempre, to be a lawyer in this country, di ba, big deal yun. Parang, what if I stayed doon? Tapos, actually, 2014, that same year, I also took my psych boards. So, licensed, kaya ako licensed psychometrician. And I did that while I was in law school. So, pumasa ako. And first batch kami na nag-take ng exam na yon. So, may opportunities din for me to start, say, working sa field ng psych at saka magturo sa field ng psych. There was even a decision I had to make na a person who owned a review center, medyo reputable naman, offered na, kasi wala pa kaming psych arm kasi nga bago yung exam. Sabi niya, ikaw na lang gumawa, ikaw na mag-head nung department na yon. Magturo ng review classes, gumawa ng program, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, binibidan niya ako na parang, okay, I'll get you a condo, I'll get you a car. Kaya lang may catch, sabi niya, but you need to take down all the videos sa YouTube. Kasi we'll make it exclusive sa people in our review center. Tapos doon na nag-ting-ting-ting doon na parang, hindi. Kasi I started this for that. So, any decision that would keep me from creating free content, hindi ko kukunin. And hindi practical decision yun kasi I was broke at that time. Ang mahal ng readings sa law school. So, naubos yung life savings ko sa isang SEM. Yeah, but I made that decision even when people around me, again, well-meaning people naman told me na hindi practical yan. Are you crazy? You know? But I'm grateful I parang held on. Nag-stand ako sa ground ko na I knew my need for this. I thought actually a few years lang eh. Sabi ko, give me a few years lang, maka hindi mag-work. Babalik ako. Pero, nandito, nabubuhay pa naman ako. I actually made a deal with my mom. Eh. Sabi ko, Mom, give me 1 year if I starve. Just, ikaw nang bahala. Sige, kung gusto mo akong mag-apply sa government, gusto mo akong maging ganito, maging lawyer, whatever. Ikaw nang bahala. Pero just give me a year. Pero yun, dito pa tayo. So, yeah.
That's so nice. Can I just say na I really relate to your story, Coach Lyqa? Kasi, yun nga, I've also been called crazy so many times na, ipagpapalit mo tong magandang job mo. Kasi hotelier ako before, Coach. Tapos, I'm into sales. So, I'm earning well, okay naman. And then, I started my business 2014. I did not know anything about business, by the way. And then, a lot of people kept on telling me na, ba't ka magre-resign? Magbe-business ka, ganyan-ganyan, blah, blah, blah. Tapos parang, I just really felt like it was a calling for me. Tapos, parang, I think we all go through that crossroads na saan ko ba talaga gusto pumunta. I was 24 years old. Dinedecide ko kung 9 to 5 pa rin ba ako or gusto ko na ba talaga mag-business? As in talaga grabe yung pawis ng palad ko that time. I contemplated it for months and months on end. Tapos parang sabi ko, hindi, I feel like kaya ko talaga to. Kaya namin to. And, ayun, I wasn't even that successful. Siguro, I would call myself successful medyo na, mga 2019 na. So, imagine 5 years of excruciating pain and gapang talaga. And parang you kept on telling yourself na hindi, kaya to, I have a purpose. Meron akong why para dito. And 5 years is not a short time. So, ayun, sobrang nakarelate talaga ako yung dun sa sinabi mo na, yun nga, purpose talaga will always fuel everything else in your life. Kahit may mga opportunities na parang, okay, this is kaching, pero iba talaga yung na-envision mo eh. Iba talaga yung na-envision mo. So,
yeah. Iba yung meron kang foresight of what this is going to be like. And I think a lot of people forget na foresight is important kasi we tend to, syempre, we can't also blame people na yung today lang yung iniisip or bukas lang iniisip, pero at the end of the day, like, it's also important to try to think, okay, what is this gonna be like years from now if I put in the work, if I invest on myself, like the skills, the learning, the equipment maybe, diba? Yeah. Like, what's that gonna look like? And ano yung opportunities na I can create for myself? Kasi, like you said, we can go back, to corporate work, we can go back to law school, we can go back yung mga ganon. That's a privilege that we do have at this point. Pero, that doesn't mean na madali. Gawin yung path na to na hindi masyado popular and you have to, find your own ways to make ends meet, to support your team, diba? Bilang CEO na si Coach Lyqa.
True.
Ayan, speaking of mga bagay na hindi madali sa ating journey, Coach, what do you think is the most frustrating part of the journey of being Coach Lyqa?
Actually, perfect na yung transition natin kasi it was the same thing eh. Yung struggle ko was, hindi yung pagod. Kasi I think we can all agree na even if, kasi we do it scared. Lagi ko sinasabi, hindi, yung feeling na kasi ng mga kids minsan na parang, pag alam mo na yung purpose, na feel, na vibe mo yung, okay, passion ko to. And then, biglang magkakaroon ng, parang, mag-open yung langit. Tapos, parang may something sa heart mo na mag-heal. Parang puzzle piece siya na mag-click. Tapos, after nun, okay na lahat. Hindi ganun, guys. As in, every day, I wake up with doubt, fear, minsan talagang overwhelming anxiety, imposter syndrome. Lahat yan. Dadaanan mo talaga. Pero lalabanan mo lang siya. Pero yun, okay lang sa akin. Kasi, naiintindihan ko, it's part of me, again, standing by my purpose. I think the most frustrating part for me was selling the vision. Like Ayn said kanina, mahirap. Kasi ikaw lang nakakakita. That's the thing eh. Pag vision mo siya, pag purpose mo siya, even if pag passion mo siya, kadalasan ikaw lang nakakaramdam. And I'm happy that there were a few people who understood yung need ko to keep creating content. Again, na hindi naman monetized. Tas, so wala namang, ano ba yan? Masaya na ako sa 20 people na nanonood at that time, no? Big deal yun sa akin. Tapos walang nakakaintindi nun. And it was frustrating kasi I was trying to get so many people to join in at the beginning, no? And again, I'm not hating on them. I understand them. Pero at that time nga, wala kasing trade-off, no? Hindi siya lucrative, wala kang makukuha. And nahihiya rin sila kasi nakakatakot, guys, na humarap sa camera, di ba? Na magturo, lalo na. Yun nga, magkamali ka lang. Yung off nga, lagi akong nadiding doon eh, kasi I say off. Tapos, hindi, dapat off. Kaya lang ang weird kasi guys, pag Tagalog, nagtataglish ka, tapos bigla ka mag-off sa gitna ng sentence. So, nahihirapan ako mag-transition.
Oh my gosh. Mag-send ka ng link sa akin, madam, ng comment na yan. Sasagutin ko sila sa TikTok. Nakakaloka. Accents? Ever heard of accents? Gosh.
Ayun. Tapos, bulol kasi talaga ako. So, bulol ako, nagsistutter ako. I speak fast. Basta maraming mga things na ganun. Pero selling the vision to the actual people around me was really hard. Kasi I didn't want to teach English. Kung babalikan na yung record ng videos, I was focusing on math. Kasi yung math, hindi naman sa magaling ako sa math, no? Pero may mga tricks kasi talaga. May mga techniques ako na parang, okay, instead of doing yung long cut, ito yung gawin mo. Those are the things that helped me sa test taking. Kasi doon lang, test taking is a skill. Yun ang paniniwala ko. So, yun yung tuturo ko ng beginning. Kaya lang, masyadong naging obvious na pagpalo yan ng 2015, 2016 na okay na sila sa math. Parang sold na sila, okay na, magaling na sila sa math. Ang problem yung English. Kailangan subject-verb agreement, ganyan, pronouns, yun. So sabi ko, I was talking to my friends na lahat sila magagaling sa English, mas magagaling sa akin. Guys, hindi ako pinakamagaling sa friend group namin, by the way. Kasi I have homeschooled friends who only spoke English their entire lives. So, magagaling talaga sila and meron silang mga module, existing na yung mga program nila. Parang, i-film kita. Ganun yung, lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila, wala kang gagawin kundi show up and just teach. Ako mag-edit, ako gagawa ng slides, ako lahat. And, yun lang, just show up, kayong magturo. Kasi hindi ko kaya, ayoko. Kasi alam ko mababash ako eh. Kasi bulol nga ako, di ba? But, ayaw nila. No? Hindi nila, na-catch yung vision. Hindi naman sa ayaw, pero hindi nila na-catch yung vision. Kasi nga, why would you put yourself out there for public scrutiny? Tapos wala ka namang makuha back. Di ba?
Yes.
Na aawayin ka pa, parang gano'n.
Mm-mm.
So, yun, that was frustrating. And of course, to the people around me na parang, yun nga, they feel like I'm wasting my life. And they don't just feel na I'm wasting my life. They would tell me. As in, meron akong aunt. And ano naman na to ha, okay na kami, nag-apologize siya. Inamin niya naman. I had an aunt who would barge in the middle of me filming. So I have clips of her doing this, by the way. Nag-film ako, tapos she would enter the room and tell me, na, ano ba tong ginagawa mo, Angelique? Ano mapapala mo dito? Ganyan. Tapos that would happen, I think maybe once every 2 weeks or minsan once a week, depende, no? So I was surrounded by these people. And it was so hard to sell the vision to them. Pero eventually, when they would hear stories, my parents would say, uy, may random person sa office na nag-approach sa akin, nagpapasalamat kasi daw anak daw kita, kasi daw yung video mo yung nakatulong, nakapasa na daw siya. Noon na nag-click na parang, okay, naintindihan na nila why I was doing it. Pero nung beginning, ang hirap. I would cry almost every night kasi I felt so alone. Yeah.
That's really inspiring, and I think to our listeners, ang dami kasi nagtatanong sa akin kasi ako I'm very privileged to have a supportive circle, pero ang tinatanong nila, what if I don't have that supportive circle? What if people don't believe me? And I guess you can see naman Coach Lyqa's story is a testament na even though people don't see your vision, people don't believe your vision yet, you can still make something out of it, and you can succeed. You can make it work. It takes a lot of crying, yeah. It takes a lot of very frustrating nights, days, maybe even years, but at least now, guys, I can say that there is living proof. Like, you don't have to take my word for it. Just check out Coach Lyqa.
Diba?
Ay. Ayun, that being said, Coach, what would you advise somebody who wants to pursue an unconventional career path, especially given your history, given what you've gone through?
Again, perfect transition to sa topic kanina, no? So, when people around you are not sold sa vision, I think one of the things that you need to do, just for your own self-preservation, is to sort yung concern out of love and yung concern out of fear. Kasi there's a difference. Kaya nga, I love Encanto and I understand Abuela because I have a very strong Abuela as well. It's kind of like our story Kasi my family, my mom, yung generation na was the first generation out of the slums. So, you would understand na parang, okay, gusto nila kami to have a stable job because they know how it is to not have anything. So, yun dun yung sasabi natin, yung concern na yun out of fear, kumbaga. So, naintindihan ko na, okay, hindi siya galit sa akin, it's just takot siya for me, no? Pero may concern din kasi out of love, no? And kadalasan yung fear na yun, love din yun medyo iba lang yung definition. So I would tell myself na parang, okay, hindi siya galit sa akin, it's just nag-aalala siya for me. Para kahit pa paano maintindihan ko why. Kasi we have to understand that din. These people holding us back, maybe hindi naman nila tayo hold back dahil hindi sila naniniwala sa atin. It's just sinubukan nila dati, tapos hindi nag-work out for them. So, ayaw nilang maranasan natin yung pain. May ganong klaseng element. Bigay natin sa kanila yon. Now, that being said, magpapapigil ka ba? Hindi. Matigas ulo natin, di ba? Kasi nga, suot tayo sa purpose natin. Now, paano siya hindi magiging full-on rebellion? Paano mo siya maaayos? Sa akin, I always tell my students this, and even yung mga listeners ng Get Hired, ganon. When you're trying to prepare for anything, ang goal mo is to give yourself the best chance possible, no? So, iset mo yung sarili mo up for success. And what that means is, okay, if I'm sold dito sa purpose ko, alam nyo, let me just say this, no? After graduation, I was helping pay the bills sa household namin. My parents didn't ask for it. I just wanted to do that. Hindi yun naputol. Kahit nung times na, again, kailangan ko I used to make polymer clay earrings, ganyan, or necklaces. I would sell them on Etsy. Kasi yun yung na-append ko yung income ko kasi nag-create ako ng content at that time. Ginagawa ko yun, no? So, naka-budget talaga pera ko, halos wala. Pero I would still keep paying the water bill. Water bill lang kaya ko afford that time. Tapos hanggang eventually, na-cover na yung ibang bills. Pero I would keep doing that. Now, bakit ko yun ginagawa? Part of that is kasi, so I can tell my mom na parang, pero mom, di ba, I still parang nag-aambag ako sa bahay. I still tinitreat ko kayo. Parang ibig sabihin, okay ako. You don't need to worry about me financially. Hindi ako humihingi ng pera sa kanila. Like after graduation, hindi na ako humingi ng pera sa parents ko. Even if I have to walk to this Divisoria, buy shirts to print and sell. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung sinasabi, cover all your bases. Do this, yung extra work required. Para ma-alleviate yung fear nila din. Kasi imagine niyo kung, hindi, purpose ko to pero meron akong lakad with my friends next weekend. Parang hindi aligned yun So, you may have to work extra hard. It's just how it is. Pero again, give yourself the best chance possible. So, even if paulit-ulit yung t-shirt ko, kasi wala akong binili halos for myself for the first 4 or 5 years. Ganon. Kasi I would save all my money so I could buy equipment para makabili ako ng camera, ng ilaw, ng mic. So, yun, tiis, grind, no? you have to understand na pag set ka sa purpose mo, di ba, mawawala, may blinders ka eh. So, yung the rest, na parang, pero I want to still look rich kasi all of my friends, nasa corporate na sila, mayaman na sila, dekotse na sila. Dapat meron din ako. Mawawala yun lahat dapat. May mga sacrifices to be made. So, give yourself the best chance possible, lalo na sa finances. Kung, kasi pag feeling ko, lalo na sa Filipino household, pag okay ka doon, medyo nababawasan yung nervyos nila.
That's amazing advice because I always say this especially to the younger demographic kasi ang audience natin, madam, remember, mga Gen Z ang nakikinig sa atin. They always say, oh, my parents don't understand na ito yung gusto ko gawin, ganyan. But I always say this, and I also did this myself, like, in order for them to treat you like an adult, act like an adult. Don't throw tantrums complaining na they don't believe in my of course they're not gonna believe it because they don't see it happening yet. And that's a normal reaction for somebody who worries about you, who cares about you. So instead of that, make sure that they know you can take care of yourself. So the same way Coach Lyqa, ambag sa bills, ganyan. Ako naman, like pagka meron akong, kasi I had the phase na I wanted to be a travel vlogger. Didn't work out, nag-pandemic na, nag-blow up na ako, iba na yung branding ko. Not a travel vlogger. Pero anyway, every time I would travel, ako lahat. Never ako humingi ng pera sa magulang ko. Even, like, as soon as I graduated, internships, racket, ganyan. Because I wanted to show them that when I tell them I'm serious about my career, I can also back it up with actual facts. Like, I pay for my equipment. I pay for the things na, kahit na, alam mo yung second hand lang yung camera ko for, literally until I bought my new camera. As in, until 2021. Like, I didn't have a brand new camera until 2021. Pero panindigan nyo na kung gusto nyo to, make sure that also the sacrifices na kasama nun, you also are happy to do. Kasi, not everything has to be glamorous. Not everything has to be given to us. And sometimes, unfortunately, we do have to earn people's trust. Like, people don't just believe in us because we passionately talk about it, We need to show it. So, ayun, be that. And wala lang, proud lang ako ngayon, kaya ko na rin i-spoil yung parents ko. Even though, na parang before, it was hard to sell the idea na, kaya ko to, ganyan.
True.
Yeah, to be fair, hindi naman nila sinabi na hindi ko kaya. Ano lang talaga, parang, kaya mo pa ba? Parang ganun. Like,
kaya pa ba sis?
Kaya pa ba sis? Mas ganun naman sila. Pero ngayon at least, diba, I get to give back and also be able to spoil them. Yun talaga yung the dream is to be able to to give back to the people who allowed me to dream. Yun, if you wanna be treated like an adult, be an adult, char.
Totoo yan. Tsaka, ayan nga, allow them to trust you. Kapag kasi yun nga, you allow yourself to be an adult or show up as an adult. Parang doon na sila mas, parang okay, kaya na to ng anak ko. Ganon. Kaya na niya yan. Kahit medyo kabado pa ako, pero kaya na niya yan. Ganon. Ganon yung mafe-feel nila. Ang daming learnings, ang daming takeaways, Coach. Thank you so much. But, ano ba ang best lesson na imbibe mo na you still carry up until this day? Sa lahat ng mga pinagdaanan mo noon, ano yung best lesson that you still carry to this day?
It has to be this, no? You have to do the right thing even if you have to do it alone. Like, I think if everyone does that, we'll have a better world. And it makes sense kasi sa psych meron tinatawag na bystander effect. May video ako on this releasing soon. Pero the idea lang talaga kasi is to combat that. You have to think na parang yun, walang iba gagawa eh. And I found myself in that position way back, years before I even started Team Lyqa. And I found myself in the same spot when I was already building this, ng ilang beses pa. Pero I'm grateful na dala ko siya eh. Na yung na-realize ko na wait lang, kung I care about this project, I care about this paper, group project, mga thesis, ganyan. Kasi alam natin nangyayari yan sa school, di ba? Nangyayari na yan before. kung ikaw yung tao na, okay, kung walang gagawa, kailangan kong gawin, this has to happen, sige, I'll show up, I'll do this, kahit na walang glory, kahit na bibit-bitin ko kayo lahat, sige, fine, kasi it's the right thing to do. If masasanay ka doon, when you're working towards your purpose, hindi na siya nakakapanibago. Naintindihan mo na lang na, okay, I have to do this. And hindi lang siya for building your career, hindi eh. Kasi even for the hard choices in daily life, same thing. Itatapon ko ba tong basura na to sa basurahan or wala naman nakakakita eh. Pero again, you have to do the right thing even if you have to do it alone. So, for those of you, lalo na yung mga aspiring content creators, it's funny na I say that kasi 'di ba the concept of content creation of, you know, being an online personality is paano kung you have to do it alone marami nga dapat likes, tsaka views, tsaka subscribers para maging successful ka. Pero what I keep telling people is that if you're doing the right thing, if you're showing up creating good content, and again, it's been proven in my life and sa trajectory ng Team Lyqa, yung views, subscribers, yung success na to na measured by other people's metrics, healthy side effect lang siya of doing the right thing.
I really love that, Coach Lyqa, na, you know, doing the right thing will have byproducts na will often be good, you know, the income, the views, the reach, ganyan. Pero kung alam mo sa sarili mo, doing the right thing should be enough. That's amazing. Okay, so question, since ang dami mong ganap, I just wanna know, what's next for you? Ang dami mo nang ginagawa ngayon, but is there anything that's upcoming that we wanna know about?
Well, kasi this year, my focus is to do yung transition. Ibig sabihin, kasi I've been creating content by myself sa platform for a long, long time. But my goal has always been to democratize access to education in the Philippines. And I can't do that alone. So the goal is to empower more educational content creators. So kung hindi nyo ako nakikita na gumagawa ng bagong content, it's because I'm spending more time sa backstage kung saan ako mas komportable. Trying and training new people who will create content. I'm trying to build my studio so people, educational content creators can come over and create na hindi sila natatakot sa materials. Kasi alam ko yung struggle eh. Again, I was using a really old 480p na video camera for a long time. So my dream is, okay na dito, parang one-stop shop. Kung gusto nila gumawa ng content, I can help them with editing, everything. HQ siya, they can come over and create, I can help them. So, yun yung ginagawa ko this year, that's my goal. So, hopefully, you will see more new faces sa Team Lyqa and maging team talaga siya. Kasi, na hindi lang talaga ako yung nagtuturo. So, yun yung time ko ngayon.
That is so exciting.
Na-excite ako. Parang,
Sobra.
wow, brand launch ba itech?
Oh my
Ang
gosh.
ganda. I love the vision, Coach Lyqa. Can I just
Oo.
say, like, I love the vision. And if hindi pa enough people telling you that the vision is great, oh my gosh, let me tell you
Totoo.
that is amazing. I see where you're going.
So, mag-guest teach ka sa
Yeah!
platform. Rizza ha, for entrep.
Yes, of course.
Oh, sige. Ayan ha, I have it on
500%
record.
yes.
Alright,
Oh,
great.
so proud. Ang galing.
So happy and proud of you, Coach Lyqa.
Thank
Grabe. Oh, abangan nyo yan, mga madam. But one last question, Coach. One tip for our listeners who are struggling with their next career move.
The struggle is real, no? The struggle is
real.
Very much.
I understand that. Pero my thing is this, no, and I've been telling people this, feeling lost can be a good thing. Kasi not feeling anything at all, yun yung mas nakakatakot. Alam niyo yun, yung wala na ako naramdaman about this, so robot na lang talaga ako. I wake up, living for my paycheck. Again, nothing wrong if you know na may purpose yung paycheck na yun. Because I've seen that in my parents as well. Na they were there to make sure that we had everything that we needed to sabihin natin, get the family out of poverty. So, yun yung purpose kasi nila. Pero kung hindi, kasi yung may something na, kasi inaramdaman natin lahat yan eh, parang, ano tong ginagawa ko? Parang hindi ako para dito. That feeling can be a good thing kasi it can lead you to the right thing for you. The thing lang is, again, set yourself up for success. Make sure na may emergency fund ka, ready ka, di ba? Kaya ba i-justify ito? I-build mo yung skill set mo rin to match your dream. Kasi minsan yung, gusto ko maging ganito eh, wala ka pang skill set. Gusto ko maging architect pero hindi po ako kasi marunong mag-drawing. girl, marami ng YouTube videos, di ba? You can teach yourself anything ngayon for free online. So, do the work. And then that could lead you towards yung talagang para sa'yo. And yung talagang para sa'yo may not even be a fixed destination. It can be a moving target. Kasi that's what happened for me. So, bakit ba ako nag-UP lae? Hindi ko pala tatapusin. Pero, nakakapag-train ako ng mga mag-UP lae din. Na yung iba sa kanila, abogado na ngayon. So, I may not have become a lawyer myself, pero I've helped other lawyers become lawyers. So, yun pala yung purpose nun. So, pwede rin yun, na moving target siya. So, give yourself the chance na the freedom to pursue those things. And you can only do that by making sacrifices then. Hope that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. I will definitely re-listen to this episode.
Same. Ang dami kong
Thank you
gustong
so
i-journal
much.
actually
Ako
after
din.
this.
I wanna
Balik na lang
journal
ako.
right now. Oo. Thank you so much, Coach Lyqa, for all your insights, for telling your story, and for just, reminding us of why we do what we do. Because I really personally, as an educational content creator, I really needed that. Like, I haven't done content in a while.
Totoo.
But,
Ako din actually, kasi andun pa lang ako sa baby phase ng content creation, journey ko. So parang, this just really, empowers me so much na okay lang na konti lang yung followers ko. Basta true followers ko siya. And I help kahit isa lang about business and productivity. And sobrang, this is such an inspiring episode. Ay, naku.
Hi, but anyway, we can't keep you kasi alam namin madami kang ganap at
Oo nga.
overtime na naman kami. But Coach Lyqa, if our madams want to see more of you, where can they find you?
Just type LYQA sa search bar.
Pop
up. But for those who like listening to podcasts, dahil nandito kayo, so I have to, like Ayn said kanina, so I have Get Hired for those of you who are looking for a new job or thinking about shifting in careers ninyo. And I have the Trying Hard with Lyqa podcast, which is my personal baby. So if you want more of this type of conversation, yung malalim tsaka mapanakit, pwede doon sa Trying Hard podcast.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much again, Coach Lyqa, for having us. And for having us tuloy. Ay, naging show mo na. I mean, thank you so much for joining us is what I meant. And thank you, madams, for listening. If you guys love this episode, please share it on your socials. Tag nyo na rin kami. That's at Camp Confidence Radio, at Ayn Bernos,
At Rizza, Lana.
and
At Lyqa Maravilla. Kasama ba ako?
Yes, madam.
LYQA, by the way.
LYQA. And if nagustuhan niyo tong episode na to, pa-rate naman kami sa Spotify ng 5 stars.
5 stars minimum, yes.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.